All right, just hours after delivering what many call his toughest immigration speech yet, Donald Trump says he's actually softening his approach. Last night, a doubling down on the border wall, a promise of no amnesty, and a vow to detain any illegal immigrants apprehended, ending the idea of catch and release. Watch.
We will build a great wall along the southern border, and Mexico will pay for the wall. There will be no amnesty. Our message to the world will be this: you cannot obtain legal status or become a citizen of the United States by illegally entering our country. Can't do it.
While Trump's speech sounded good to a lot of his supporters, the language was an issue from some of Trump's own Hispanic outreach team. They were apparently expecting a different message because reports started circulating just hours after the speech that 3 from this group stepped down. Here's RNC Chair Reince Priebus earlier tonight.
Well, I think there may have been one person that was on one of the committees that may not be.
We do know, Reince, that at least three members of his Hispanic Outreach Advisory Council have told us that they've stepped down. Did his campaign consult with your Office of Hispanic Outreach ahead of the speech?
Listen, they communicate all the time. I mean, I'm not tracking Wolf every communication and email that comes in and out of the building, but we have a good relationship. It's a solid relationship between both our Hispanic engagement operation and Donald Trump.
Joining me now, 2 men potentially rethinking their Trump support. Jacob Monti, a former member of Trump's National Hispanic Advisory Council, and Alfonso Aguilar, Executive Director of the American Principle Project's Latino Partnership. Gentlemen, we thank you both for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Jacob, it sounds like you have made your decision. What was it that changed your mind, and will you be able to support Mr. Trump in any way?
Well, let me say it's a tough decision because I realize that not supporting Donald Trump means that it's more likely that Hillary wins, right? And Hillary's unacceptable. Count me as a never Hillary person, but I can't be part of his Hispanic Advisory Committee, and I can't support him anymore.
Did you, let me ask you this, did you get a different sense of him? Because I know a couple of weeks ago there was a meeting, you all were a part of that, there were trickles after that saying, hey, listen, we really do think he's softened up. We think that there is a good way forward here. There were some who took that the next step and said, oh, he's caving in on things like amnesty and that kind of thing. But was there such a difference in what you heard in that private meeting and what you heard last night? Is that what did it for you?
Absolutely. When we met with them on the 20th of August, he was prepared, he was compassionate, he was realistic. He sounded like a businessman. He acknowledged that the 11 million who were not criminals needed some accommodation, whether it was internal touchback or going back to their home countries quickly. But none of that was in the speech. And they built this speech up to be the seminal speech of the campaign on immigration. And they did not deliver. It was just populist propaganda taken from the talking points of FAIR and Numbers USA. And these aren't conservative groups.
Let me bring
hear
Alfonso.
Conservative last night.
Let me bring in Alfonso on this as well, because I know that you said you took a big chance. You really wanted to support Mr. Trump, that you kind of stuck your neck out here. You say that you are not somebody who's going to support Hillary Clinton. But where are you today with regard to Mr. Trump?
No, like Jacob, I've withdrawn my support from Mr. Trump. I wanted to support him. I mean, Hillary Clinton, for me, is not an alternative. She would be disastrous for this country. I'm concerned about the future of the Supreme Court. I'm concerned about our economy. I'm concerned about the dignity of the human person, the right to life. She'll be disastrous in all those areas. So we wanted to support Mr. Trump, and we were hoping that he would move to the center on immigration. And it's not only that he was telling different people privately that he wanted to support some form of a path to legal status. Publicly, he was saying that. He said that he wanted to treat undocumented immigrants in a more compassionate and humane way. And remember, in Town Hall with Sean Hannity, he did say he was softening. And he did say that those people who are good and hardworking people who are here without documents, that we should find a way to regularize them inside the country. Now, we waited. We hoped that that speech was going to be constructive. You know, we were sticking our neck out because we were, I mean, just yesterday I was on this network supporting Mr. Trump, hoping that he was going to be constructive on the issue, and he gave a speech where he proposed a plan that is worse than what he has proposed initially. It was a nativist plan, the message to undocumented immigrants, to all of them, even if they've been here for 20 years and are good, hard-working people, the message was, you know, you have to self-deport or we will deport you. And if you leave, if you want to return, that is not guaranteed. I mean, at the beginning, when he started his campaign, he was saying that the good people would leave and they would re-enter immediately. That's something he said continuously. That even that is off the table right now. So at this point, I just can't support him.
All right, Alfonso and Jacob, we thank you both for sharing your perspective with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, now here.